Alright, alive. If everyone is ready, we start. Excuse me. Right, okay, it's working now. Okay, so Chris and Interslice entering Talon Overworld. Pretty tied at the moment, of course. Okay, so Interslice has decided to explore the landing site a bit, found his morph ball bombs, and their morph ball bombs. Well, Chris is just now exiting the canyon. He's got their morph ball bombs. He's got an energy tank in the alcove. Interslice is now going to get the same energy tank. Now, they're both going to see the hints for where the artifacts are. Waiting for the loading times. That can be pretty frustrating. Anyway, they both got their Varia suit and are now checking the hints. They're recording them to their logbook. Alright. So Chris is checking their artifacts. Magma workstation. Base and processing center. Ice runes east. Life grove. Transport access. Slice is now checking the artifacts' positions as well, while Chris moves to get them. Slice decided to go to Magmore Caverns, while Chris seems to be going to Chozo Ruins. Never mind, it was actually Magmore Caverns. I'm stupid, sorry. I am so sorry, my microphone disconnected. Anyway, Interslice just got their super missile. Chris is checking what's behind there. And it's a suit? No, it's the boost ball. So Chris got their boost ball. Slice got another energy tank. Interslice just checked what item is in the pillar right there. It's an energy tank. Interslice is getting now their boost ball in this room right here. Chris checking what's in that pillar, and this time it is a suit. It is the gravity suit. So Chris gets the gravity suit. Interslice is also getting their gravity suit right now. Well, Chris is going, I think, to Chozo Ruins. I think I saw Sun Tower written there. So yes, Chris is now in Chozo Ruins with Interslice following, it seems. Chris made their way into the vault. Skipping the puzzle, it's just a missile expansion. And they got another missile expansion. As for the item in the little nook right there, it's another missile expansion, they got it. Interslice is having some trouble with the piston right there. Chris is making their way into the It's got their ice beam and another missile expansion. Interslice got the missile expansion Chris got earlier and is now going Okay, Slice is doing the morph ball puzzle. Chris got another missile expansion. And Interslice gets a power bomb expansion. Chris might also be about to get his power bombs. Power bombs. Slice gets 2 more missile expansions. And Chris goes to get their power bomb. He's got the power bomb. Interslice is, in the meantime, going back to the lift. Chris is checking behind there. Doesn't care about the missile expansion. They got another one in the little tunnel in the nursery. Actually, in the gallery. Sorry, in the gallery. Interslice is now Interslice is attempting a scan jump, while Chris is about to fight the hive mech. Actually, I don't remember what this one's called, I'm sorry. Interslice is using their boost ball to get missile expansion and getting their ice beam. Also got another missile expansion. Chris just defeated the mech. And got another missile expansion. And another one. Both runners so far have been making the same moves. Except for one item, Interslice got their power missile, which might come in handy if they get a charge beam soon enough. Well, Chris did not. So Interslice might actually be ahead here. Interslice just got another missile expansion. Interslice is now in the water chamber. While Chris makes their way into the Arboretum. Interslice doesn't pick up that item yet. Probably because of the eyes. And checks what's in this room, which is another missile. We don't know what's up there yet. And Interslice gets their space jump boots. Interslice also takes a trip into the acidic water to get another missile expansion. While Chris gets another missile expansion and makes their way into the water chamber as Interslice leaves. Slice checks the item on top of the roof there, sees it's a missile expansion and ignores it. Chris is about to also get their space jump boots. Chris got them before checking the other room. While Interslice prepares to fight the flamethrower robot here. I don't remember its name. Chris also takes a trip to the acidic water and gets a missile expansion. Right, I'm sorry about what I said earlier. I I implied Interlice and Chris didn't have a charge beam, but they in fact do. I am so sorry. Slice took advantage of some time they had to go check out the item in the little nook, and it was a missile expansion. The mech, however, dropped a power bomb expansion, so Interslice now carries 2 power bombs. Meanwhile, Chris is making their way to the fight. Interslice is lowering the water in this room. Chris also opens up the little nook in the arena. Interslice raises the platforms. Chris gets his missile expansion. Their missile expansion. Oh, sorry. And Interslice opens the door. Interslice visits the furnace, or rather the small room in the furnace, to see the item inside, and gets a missile expansion. Chris is still fighting the flamethrower. Interslice makes their way into the furnace proper. They check what item is up there, but I couldn't quite make it out. Interslice goes to get their item up there. It was the ice spreader. So Interslice also gets their ice spreader. Chris is now doing the puzzle Interslice did earlier. Interslice is now in the Hall of the Elders. Opens up the color-coded mothball switches, slots. Interslice opens up the white path in the Hall of the Elders. And Chris has just now opened the door. Interslice gets a missile expansion from the slot. Chris got their missile expansion in the furnace. Is now attempting to get into the furnace. Meanwhile, Interslice goes back to the furnace and back again. This is also now activating the color-coded mothball slots. Chris is stopping to fight the ghost. Slice is saving. Now enter the Arboretum and immediately leave to go to the fountain again to visit the lava pool. And see the item inside. They nearly make the jump, but don't quite cut it. And get a missile expansion. They then go back to the pool as Chris is getting the missile expansion from the Hall of the Elders. Slice goes back to the main plaza and out of Chozo Ruins. Activating the lift. Going back to the overworld. In the section of the overworld near the pirate frigate, I think. In the what was it? The Great Tree Hall. They get another power bomb expansion in the X-ray door. Climb the pillar without a spider ball and make their way over here in the 2D section to see what this item is. It's a missile expansion. And Slice now goes into the Life Grove, where they get an energy tank and activate the mechanism in the water. Chris is now crossing the Arboretum. Slice gets their first artifact. The artifact of Shozo. Chris, meanwhile, is attempting the same jump in the lava pool. They actually pull it off. And are about to be disappointed because it's just a missile expansion. Slice tries to climb the bars that divide the Great Tree Hall upper and lower. They then go into the lower section over the Phazon tunnel and find a lift to Chozo Ruins. Chris is just now getting out of Chozo Ruins and into the upper Great Tree Hall. Slice is now at the reflecting pool and gets the power bomb accessory, which gives them how many power bombs? I think 2 or 3. Yes. and it now can hold 7 power bombs. Chris gets the powerbomb expansion in the X-ray door in the upper Great Tree Hall, and goes to scale the pillar, the spider ball pillar. Having some trouble with it. It slices back in the Hall of the Elders and leaves immediately to go back to the furnace and presumably back to the lift. Chris also makes their way to the Life Grove, grabbing a missile expansion in the meantime on the way. Chris is also about to get their first artifact, the Artifact Strozer. Interslice is climbing up the Arboretum. And Chris gets their first artifact, Artifact of Strozer. Slice skips the scan puzzle in the Arboretum and goes to fight Flagra. Chris seems to be trying to skip the fight with the ghosts in the Life Grove. Again, they're having some trouble with it. Interslice is already fighting Flagra. Chris is now going to the lower section of the Great Tree Hall. While Interslice goes up close and personal with Flagra, bombs another slot. Chris activates the lift to the reflecting pool in Shozo Ruins and goes onto it. Interslice bombs another slot. Chris also gets their powerbomb upgrade. They can also now hold 7 power bombs, and Interslice defeats Flagra. Chris finds a lift to Fendrana, drifts, and takes it. Interslice sounds like they're low on health. And gets a powerbomb expansion. Chris has now arrived at Fendrana Drifts, checks behind the ice, it's just a missile expansion. Slice climbs up the sun tower, climbs back up. Chris, in the meantime, is making their way through Vendrana drifts. Well, Slice fights the ghosts. Chris is in the boost ball chamber. And is about to get another energy tank. Slice fighting ghosts. Slice gets another missile expansion. Chris, meanwhile, is still drawing drifts, coming back out to the shoreline, and going back to the reflecting pool, it seems. Slice is back at the initial lift. Sand tower lift. They skip the vault again. Exit out into the main plaza. Chris goes back into Chozo Ruins. Goes to the other lift in the area. Well, Slice takes yet another lift. To Talon Overworld. They're back to Upper Great Tree Hall, going down into lower and underwater. Back into the frigate. They get another missile expansion. Chris is also here in the frigate, and they're having a bit of trouble with their jumps. They also get another missile expansion. Slice makes their way backwards, and Chris follows behind. Slice gets another energy tank from the super missile. The super missile cargo container or pod. Yeah, no, I think it was a pod for organic subjects. Slice gets another missile expansion in the cargo bay, I think it's called. This doesn't get the same energy tank as they don't have a super missile. They also didn't get the ice spreader. Slice is climbing out of the frigate. Chris gets another missile expansion. Slice is nearly out of the frigate, with Chris following behind. Slice gets back to the crashing site and climbs up to the lift. They get another powerbomb expansion, and Chris is almost out of the frigate. Slice activates a lift without knowing where it will take them. And it goes to Magmore Caverns. Slice doesn't check what item is at the top there. They do enter this powerbomb room. Chris is fighting the pirates next to the frigate, and Slice gets the wave beam. Chris also gets their next powerbomb expansion and is about to take the same lift that brought Slice into Magmore Caverns. In the meantime, Slice is just going back to the central lift for now. They don't take it, and plunge into the lava, jumping over and finding themselves in here. Chris decides to go check what the item in the tunnel was, and it's a super missile. So Chris now also has super missiles. Slice, meanwhile, is in the big chamber, the plasma beam chamber. Cracks into the puzzles and sees it's... Chris also got their wave beam. Slice is doing the morph ball puzzle out here to get the next artifact. Meanwhile, Chris is now making their way back to Twin Fires. They also climbed over the lava pool in here, in the spider walk track room. Scan dash around to skip across. Slice is now completing the puzzle. Interslice gets their second artifact, the Artifact of Elder. Chris is almost there. Interslice goes to take lift. Chris fights the flying pirates. Interslice activates the lift, checking it will take them to Phazon Mine's main quarry. Interslice goes to Phazon Mines, and Chris is now starting the puzzle to get their Artifact of Elder. Interslice has reached the main quarry of Phazon Mines. They destroy the turrets at the front and make their way up to the console through these friendly pirates. They activate the machinery. While Chris completes the Morph Ball puzzle and gets their Artifact of Elder second. Meanwhile, Interslice gets their Spider Ball. Chris goes to take the lift to the main quarry. Interslice skips to the end of Phazon Mines, the other end. Slice checks an item, it's just a missile expansion, they decide not to take it. Chris is now at the main quarry. They seem to be having some trouble with the turrets. They did not destroy them before attempting to climb, but they pull it off anyway. Slice, meanwhile, is killing a bunch of people from behind a stone wall and just clips through it with his boost ball. They then destroy the wall and checks to see what hides in this room behind that wall right there. They destroy it, and it's a missile expansion. They then jump down to the bottom. Chris is also about to get their Spider Ball. Chris gets their Spider Ball. Interslice, in the meantime, is fighting the Phazon Elite? Or was it the Omega Elite? They finish it off quickly, and it drops the Plasma Beam. Interslice now has every beam. Chris is still making their way through Phazon Mines. They seem to be taking the intended path. Well, Interslice takes it backwards just now to open the red door at the beginning of this room and see what item lies beneath, beyond. This also unlocks door, but they don't have a plasma beam. Interslice checks, and it's just a missile expansion. They kill the pirates in the area. While Chris makes their way into the plasma beam chamber. They quickly defeat the boss. While Interslice is still fighting the pirates in this corridor, Chris gets their plasma beam. Interslice goes back out into the main quarry, while Chris makes their way up. Interslice again goes back into the mines from the back. Chris redirects the cannon, the mining turret, to take out the two walls they need to take out, and will again be disappointed by the missile expansion in the wall. Interslice is taking a lift to another level of the basin mines. Checks the item in there, decides not to take the missile expansion, as Chris just now makes their way into the spiderboard track room. Interslice is now about to fight the first half of Elite. Chris climbs up the machinery, while Interslice goes to check the item being guarded by the big guy, Mr. Big Guy. They're having some trouble, and they see it's the thermal visor, which is not required actually to complete the game, so they might or might not take it. Probably not. Slice gets their Artifact of Wild, their third artifact. They climb the windows and go up to the lift While Chris is now preparing to fight the first elite. Interslice takes the lift. We don't know where it leads. Chris defeats the elite. Interslice ends up in Phendrana Drift. Interslice ends up behind the boss in Phendrana Drift. They check the item over this tunnel. It's just a missile expansion. They get it. Chris goes deeper into Phazon mines, checking every item. The ventilation tunnel here has a missile expansion. They ignore it. Interslice makes their way in here, where they get their fourth artifact, the Artifact of Newborn. This is fighting pirates. Lean. Interslice is making their way through a tunnel, going back into the water section of Phendrana Drifts. Gravity suit section. While Chris goes to the power bomb section of Phazon Mines. They fight the invisible drone. Interslice gets another energy tank, one under the ice. Chris defeats the drone, and we don't know if he's going to get that missile expansion. Probably not. Oh. Yeah, we go and get it. Interslice, in the meantime, is climbing up and up. Uncovering what looked like a missile expansion. Again, they don't take it. And they get a flamethrower, the flamethrower upgrade. Chris gets the hardest, the most tedious missile expansion, probably, of this run. Why did you do it? Chris goes to save, while Interslice makes their way through the water section of Phendrana. There's an upgrade up here, the Wave Buster. They morph ball down and don't get the Wave Buster, but they do get the Grapple Beam. Interslice gets their Grapple Beam, while Chris is still in Phazon Mines. Chris is going into Metroid Quarantine. Gets attacked by Metroid. Interslice is in the underwater section again. Is still in the underwater section. Phendrana. They get out and they start climbing as Chris fights the Metroids. They attempt to scan dash, doesn't quite go as planned. Still trying, not giving up. Interslice is trying to climb. the thermal visor container, which in this case contains a missile expansion. Not sure they'll get it. Maybe not. Interslice gets hit a few times. They have to start over. Chris is taking their time. Chris gets another energy tank. They're exploring a different section. Chris finds some hunter Metroids. They use the ice beam and missiles to make quick work of them. Well, Interslice goes to the control tower, I think it's called. Collapses the tower. And we'll see what item is under there. Chris is going down here into the Phazon mining tunnel. They can't get the item down there. Slice gets a missile expansion from the tower. Chris goes into Fungal Hall, while Interslice Interslice goes back down. Chris is having some trouble with the Metroids. Slice is now in the projector room. I didn't quite catch the item at the top, but Interslice doesn't seem to care. They probably saw what it was. It was probably a missile expansion. Nice. Breaks a cordite container, revealing a missile expansion. And they get out. Chris is still in Phazon mines. Chris might be forced to go back, as they would need a grapple beam, or at the very least, the Phazon suit to get over all that Phazon. Slice enters the research station in Fundrana, but gets back out. Chris retraces their steps back. They're having a lot of trouble with the Metroids down here. Slice is in the ruined courtyard, making their way back to the shoreline. Now back to this room. I can't for the life of me remember the name of, and they get the Artifact of Life Giver, their 5th artifact. Oh, I missed Interslice getting their phase-on suit. I'm sorry. This is back in Metroid Quarantine, and Slice is now making their way to... Those are runes. It slices back to the reflecting pool. Chris is still in phase-on mines. They are retracing their steps. It's not going very well for Chris. Fighting another elite. Slice is ignoring the ghosts. Going back from the furnace. I'm trying to think where Slice might be going. Be going to the lava pool? Yes, Slice is now going back here. They're about to fight a couple of ghosts. While Chris is back into the big vertical chamber based on mines. Chris scales the window back up. They're about to leave phase on mines. Slice, in the meantime, has defeated the ghosts and is up a path to the room, to the little room with an item. I didn't see what the item was, but apparently worth doing this for. It's a Chozo artifact. They got the artifact of strength. Slice is now at 6 artifacts. Chris is still at 2. Chris also doesn't have the phasal suit, the grapple beam, and any of the beam upgrades except for Super Missile. Slice also found the Wave Buster earlier, but they didn't get it. But yeah, when it comes to important things, Chris is missing the grapple beam and phasal suit. Slice is back at the main plaza. They're going to the vault. Chris is in Fendrana Drift. Chris got two artifacts in the meantime. I'm sorry I missed it. This is about to go down and get another energy tank. Interslice is back in Magmore Caverns. Interslice gets caught. Checks for a hidden item, but doesn't go get it. I think it was a missile expansion. Slice is going to the lift, I think. They check the item up there, it's just a missile expansion. Chris climbs up here in Vendrona Drift. Interslice takes a lift. Interslice is back in Talon Overworld. I think Interslice might be done already. Was it 6 artifacts to get in this run, I think? Interslice. Oh, Chris gets a flamethrower. Interslice is about to return the artifacts. And they are now fighting Meta Ridley. Meanwhile, Chris is in the underwater section of Vendrona Drift. They don't seem to want to take the Wave Buster. They might want to check behind them though, because... Oh. Chris skipped the grapple beam. They might not have thought to look there. I don't think they looked. Slice is almost done with Meta Ridley. Slice has defeated Meta Ridley. This is back into the research center. Slice enters impact crater. Chris is still in the research facility. I've called that place 3 different things by now. Slice is climbing the impact crater, and they missed a jump. They got attacked by a Metroid. They're having some trouble now. Chris just completed the control tower puzzle, and are about to get a missile expansion from it. They don't even get it. They just don't care. It's understandable. Slice is about to fight the Metroid Prime. There is Metroid Prime. They're shooting super missiles at it. Maybe Slice should have gotten the Wave Buster after all. But it's not like they're in much of a rush, because Chris is still behind quite a lot. Chris nearly gets a missile expansion, but gets blasted away. Chris has triggered a fight in the research center. And got stuck for a second on a pirate. Slice is halfway done with the Metroid Prime's first phase. Chris gets their phase-on suit. Slice is just pumping the Metroid Prime full of stuff, and Chris gets their Artifact of Life Giver, their 5th. Not sure they can catch up at this point, but Chris is back in the reflecting pool, while in Slice slowly fights the Metroid Prime. Chris is back in the Hall of the Elders. They go back to the furnace. Slice has finished the first phase of the Metroid Prime. Now they have to fight the second phase without any special visors. They enter hyper mode. Chris is just now making their way to the lava pool. They didn't make the jump this time. Chris is about to get their last artifact, but Slice is already fighting the second phase of the Metroid Prime. So Chris is fighting the ghosts in this back room. Chris seems to be having some trouble with these ghosts. I wonder why they're not using any super missiles. Oh, right, they don't have the missiles to use them. Don't listen to me. Why are you even listening to me? Chris is about to get their sixth artifact, and Slice is about to defeat the Metroid Prime. Chris gets their sixth artifact. They check them out to see the quickest route to the overworld. They get the artifact of strength. Chris retraces their steps through the lava pool. They didn't get the grapple beam before, so they have to attempt the scan jump again. The scan dash. Slice is is almost done. And Interslice finishes the race in first place. Well, Chris has forfeited, so we're gonna get who we're gonna get. Hello, Chris, and hello, Interstice.
Hello.
That wasn't very good, was it? Wasn't very good, was it?
No, it was not.
That wave beam completely eluded me for quite a while.
Me too. Last location did.
Yeah, I pretty much did as well. I think I had a few lingering checks because of the way I routed, I ended up coming through monitor station, picking up supers and wave beam. So I had a few supers checks as well that opened up at the same time, which gave me horror because I didn't want to go back to Chozo for the tree.
Yeah.
But I spent a lot of time diving mines because I had basically everything except from X-ray, so I was like, right, it could be down here. If I hadn't, I would have hit go mode a lot quicker. I just picked up my last artifact there.
So you lost a lot of time looking for X-ray.
Well, it wasn't really X-ray, it was more a case of I was looking for... I wanted to go into lower mines in the case that Phazon ended up being down there. Because I could go at least full way. Like, X-ray can only be so far in. Like, once you passed the maze, you can't see X-ray any further. But it was more a case of I didn't want to leave that and then have to come back later for a potential Phazon there.
Yeah, I pretty much dipped out at PPC. I didn't go into lower mines at all. I
should have, but I have that mentality where I'm like, if I do this, then I'm probably going to get scuppered.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I was worried about that.
Interslice really just never went very deep in Phazon mines.
When I saw that early spider ball and plasma beam, and then when I peeked and saw thermal, I was like, okay, mines already has a bunch of stuff in it. I bet Phazon's is probably somewhere else.
Oh, I never even noticed thermal was there. I never checked PC. Yeah, I should have just...
I didn't see very well. I probably assumed it was a missile expansion.
I should have just took the gold and said, right, I've got my plasma, I've got my spider, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
But no, it was a bit of a doozy with the way the elevators all kind of lined up and all weird and wibbly.
Yeah,
they
that
weren't
was
like awful, but they kind of didn't work out in this seed that much.
Can the lifts in this game even work out? Like, can they? In any combination, can they work out?
I was really hoping that my bar skipping would have got me a little better, but it literally just took me to the back end of Chozo, and I was like, there's one check here that I can do. So I was kind of gutted, and then reverse frigated all the way back to crash site. It was a bit of a nuisance.
Yeah, how disappointing is it when you go check, when maybe you complete a puzzle to get something or to check what item it is, and it's just a missile expansion?
I was very disappointed in Chozo. Chozo had nothing.
Every time, it's a punch in the gut. Every single time.
There was an ice beam, and the rest of it was missiles and a few power bombs.
Yeah.
I think I ended up getting every power bomb in the game.
Yeah, I was the same. I found them all as well.
What's the maximum amount? Like 7?
8 total.
Yeah.
8. I think you both might have missed one. I don't remember.
No, because I saw all 4 expansions and had mains.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I
Right.
picked them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very
But no,
distracted,
GG.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, GG.
Surprisingly quiet
Yeah.
week this week.
Yeah. Been like that for a while, to be honest.
Need to rile up the crew, shake a few trees.
Maybe we'll inject some bingo into this weekly. Maybe that'll get some people into
Ooh.
it.
I'd be down for that.
Should people just like be able to bet on what's going to be everywhere?
Yeah, that might increase interest.
Can we turn this
Open up
into
channel point
horse?
betting.
Can we turn this into horse racing?
You know, weird seeds.
There-
Like
there
it
should
took
be-
me ages to find Phazon.
There
That was my
should be
goal.
like a bingo mode in randomizers where you just have to get these specific items.
Oh, we have that now.
Yeah, we've got
Okay.
bingo now, which we've been messing around with a wee bit.
I mean, like, what setting do you use to get that?
It's not built into the randomizer itself. It's on the Bingo Sync website, but we use randomizer in conjunction with the Bingo Sync to do
Oh yeah,
bingo.
oh yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
You're.
Well,
Oh no,
if
GG, I'm
we-
gonna shoot.
Yeah.
Well, if we don't have anything else to say, then we might end this.
Yeah, thanks for commentating, and thanks to Gallop and Op for tracking.
Yep.
No, it's always hard to
Thanks,
solo
chaps.
commentate.
Thanks for coming. Thanks to you two for racing.
Pleasure.
Yep. See you next week.
See you
Bye
next
bye,
week.
chat.
Goodbye.